Hey, it's Soul, bringing the World of Warcraft, and today we're going to try a brand new series where I do a sort of a tank retrospective on fights that I had previously done. I'm going to try and go in depth with my perspective as a Protection Paladin and try to kind of go through my thought process as I'm doing a fight. Of course, your feedback will be appreciated, but for now, let's just get right to it. Skorpyron, or Scorpion Guy, is the first boss in the Nighthold raid. For this fight, we ran with 15 people, including 2 tanks and 4 healers for some reason. Looking back, I don't know why we had 4 healers. I mean, we had Nelsie over there. She started as DPS, but then I guess she switched to heals. Since this fight doesn't have a tank swapping role, we had Shaddix, our warrior tank, take the boss, while I took care of the ads. So for that, I took a more heavy AoE setup with Blessed Hammer, First Avenger, Blinding Light. I happened to take Blessing of Spell Warding for defensive purposes, Hand of Protector as my default, Consecrated Ground for a little bit of snaring and kiting, and Last Defender, since being close to so many different ads will give me a nice little damage boost. For the tanking role altogether, there isn't a whole lot going on for either of us. Shaddix is just moving left and right to drop his debuff, while I'm just picking up ads. And there are 2 types of ads to look for, the volatile scorpions or the red ones. Those cause a haste debuff to all the little ads. Most of my focus is going to be on those kinds of ads when they come out, because DPS is supposed to kill those things first. The smaller ads though, they apply a stacking debuff on me, and if they're living up for a bit too long, those stacks can get pretty high, and that's the reason why I picked up Blessed as Spell Warding. In case things really get hot, then I could just pop that. I'll still retain aggro on everything, but I won't be taking any additional magic damage. Most of my energy and attention is just spent picking up these ads and holding on to them. Sometimes the warrior tank will end up picking them up, which isn't a huge deal. It's not really a whole lot of extra damage that he's taking, and just in case, I have my Blessing of Sacrifice ready to pop on him if I need to. As you can see, most of my time is spent watching the team, making sure that they don't screw up with that shockwave that knocks players back unless you're hiding behind that crystal. You kind of see Cryptek over there messing up, sorry buddy, but well, that's what happens when you don't hide behind your crystal. The fight does have kind of a hectic feel. You need to hold on to a bunch of ads while making sure to avoid the boss's focused blast attack. Getting caught by that and getting stunned while holding on to a bunch of ads is gonna put you in a really bad spot. And like how things went with Cryptek, if anyone on your team happens to get knocked back into the ads, you're gonna get a bunch of extra stuff that you'll need to hold on to. Throughout the fight, I try to hold on to certain skills to make sure that I'm picking up ads properly. Of course, I'm going to have my Consecrate down at all times to hold on to threat, but I do hold on to abilities just so I can do some snap threat. As long as your DPS is doing a good job of padding meters and otherwise wanting to kill everything. Usually if I'm relaxing, I'll just throw my shield at the big red ad, it'll probably catch all the small ads, and then I can just use my hammer to hold on to everything. If there are multiple groups or if I'm caught with my pants down, I'll run in and use something like Blinding Light or Eye of Tyr. That's what I mean when I want to try and get some solid threat in. Otherwise, that about sums up this fight. For a first boss, it's pretty underwhelming and, probably good as a introductory boss. Once you break things down to the sum of its parts though, at least from the tanking role, there's not a whole lot going on. And tanking the ads is, I'd say, the more exciting part of the fight. So in short, don't get hit by the big stun. Hide behind crystals for the knockback. Focus on the volatile scorpions. Save 1 or 2 AoE abilities to save people. Use Blessing of Sacrifice to help out your co-tank. And if you're taking too much damage, it means DPS isn't doing a good job of scorpion damage. Use Blessing of Spell Warding and your other cooldowns to keep yourself alive until the dot breaks off. So that's it for this Protection Paladin guide on the Scorpion Guy. If this was useful for you or your Paladin friends, hit a like and subscribe for some more content. I'm pretty new to making raid encounter guides, so your feedback will be very, very much appreciated. Let me know of any questions, comments, concerns, or any additional tips you might have for up-and-coming raiders. I'll see you guys at the next boss, and you guys stay breezy.